And a very impressive one it was too, for a guy just 198, but when he's attacking guys like O'Neill and Kemp, he does really well. Now the Russians have been saying that they hope to have an NBA-style league going by the turn of the century. It's a tall order.
Well, Sergei Belov has been given a 4-year contract to initiate that kind of thing, and I think he's got a good example of what he wants to achieve here in front of him tonight. Apparently, money and sponsors are no object, and they reckon they've got a good television deal set up as well. It might take them 20, 25 years, though, to get to the standard of the team we see 33 points in the lead at the moment.
The start of the second half then. USA lead 73-40, going for their 3rd gold medal in these 12 World Championships. They won in 86 in Spain, in 54 in Rio, but never with the kind of talent that's on display on this court this evening. Dumas. And they get the luck as well. Not that they need it. Babkov. Bazarevich, who had a storming start, but ultimately wasn't able to do too much. He does those deep penetrating runs. Oh, Kemp again, so alert.
Well, I think even Derek Coleman is impressed with Shawn Kemp's athleticism in this game.
That's a nice move.
Number 10, Sergei Babkov.
Kemp. No goaltending, hit the rim. Bazarevich driving again.
And the score in this half is only 5-4, so 0 for a start like this in the first half, say the Russians. Trouble is, that's history now. Maybe the defense just slackened off a little bit.
Mikhailov. Morning having his first taste of the final. And comes to the game in impressive fashion. Monzo Mourning, the only one of this team who was in the World Championship team of 1990.
Well, the Russians reduced now to shooting from way outside the arc. That was about 10 meters away, let alone 7 NBA distance.
Now, Belov told them in the quarter-final qualifying match just to have fun, and that maybe is what he said at the start of the second half here.
I don't think he can do anything else, really. They've got to get something out of it. There's no point in just going through the motions. Got to learn something, play tough defense, and study an opponent, really. I don't think you need to do too much studying of Shawn Kemp, though. It's a story of raw athleticism.
And there's Alonzo Mourning just saying hello. Domani, Bazarevich, two most impressive players for me on the Russian team.
Well, I speculated as to whether the American defense had slackened off a bit, but I don't think it has. They're playing on pride out there still. There's a hand up to every shot.
Yes, it's not as if the pace has slackened off one bit. Here's Bazarevich driving again.
I think interference called.
Must have been a tight one. Whoa. Nothing close about that.
Number 15, Larry Johnson returns. Placing number 7, Shawn Kemp.
So Shawn Kemp, who had such a strong first half, the start of the second goes off. And Larry Johnson from Charlotte. There he is. Reggie Miller. Mourning. Oh, Three-pointer from him. They can all shoot three-pointers. We'll get Shaq out here in a minute shooting threes as well.
Well, when your 208 or 6'10 centres can shoot three-pointers as well, then you have the complete all-round game.
11 from 14.
That is phenomenal percentage outside the arc. Mind you, they are used to shooting from a metre further away.
Domani. Johnson feeds Miller. And it's almost an event when he misses one. Reggie Miller from Indiana, top scorer with 31 points against Australia. It's the most they've had from any individual in one match. All-time leading scorer at the Pacers. Johnson, Mourning. Good to see he's mortal. Bazarevic gets a free run. And for once, they let him go. Kevin Johnson just steps aside.
I think Coach Sergei Belov is actually speechless. I think he would like to see the game clock read 0 now, and this game over.
2 more for Mourning, the lead up to 41. And they're still scoring with virtually every offense. Mikhailov draws the foul on Alonzo Mourning.
USA foul, the first team foul of the period. The 14, Alonzo Mourning, his first personal. 12, Dominic Wilkins returns for Reggie Miller.
So timeout.
What does he do from here? Well, the first thing is he's got to persuade people like Marshalanis, Volkov, Sabonis and Tikhonenko rather, to play for Russia as opposed to the satellite countries. Some quality players there, but I don't think even they could have done too much today.
Because the other thing they're going to try and do initially is to try and get some of those foreign players back in Russia playing for club teams. And of course that will help. There's a Super League just been set up of 6 clubs with a base of a pyramid of 24.
That's right. I hope someone's got a big checkbook though, because the countries like Greece and Italy are attracting good Russian or former Soviet players to play for the clubs in those countries at the moment. So the Russian Federation got to put an awful lot of money into the game.
Well, as you hinted before, there's a new television deal, there's new sponsorship, and they're saying that's not going to be a problem, but it's one thing saying it and the other thing actually getting those guys back.
That's right. I don't know whether the appeal of playing in Siberia or Russia or the outlying districts of Russia is quite the same as playing in sunny Greece or Italy.
We shall see, but that's the plan.
The USA, number 14, Alonzo Mourning.
Basketball now very much a world game, no doubt, which is the #1 nation, but I think we're now seeing standards raising, just as in football we saw in the World Cup this year, standards raising worldwide. China have had a good run this year. Greece are improving all the time. Asian countries doing well. Angola. Australia having a real mountain of a time down there with basketball.
Yeah, you're right. It's a global game, but the problem is that we have Atlanta looming in '96 and a probable Dream Team 3. And it seems to me that the players of the NBA are getting better all the time. In fact, they may even be pulling away from the rest of the world. Possibly a situation where NBA players playing in international basketball could even be called overkill.
Bazarevic having to put it up almost vertically, but impressively gets the 2, the lead 36. Yes, Dominic Mourning. An evil look as well as he takes the foul but gets the basket. But look at Bazarevic flicking that up.
Second team foul on Russia in the period. Following the good basket,
he's some player.
Will try one only.
We were talking the other day about him